Hey there, Wojcik from DIY Video Guy here, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 6 things I learned in 2015 while making videos for myself and YouTube as well as for clients. So stay tuned and I'll share with you some of the things that I did wrong, some of the things I did right, and what you can do in 2016 and going forward to make better videos for the web. Number 1, not every video you make needs to be extremely polished and highly produced. And this is because I struggled to release videos when I didn't have my studio set up or my nice camera with me or good audio. Any of those gear related reasons were why I didn't release as many videos this year as I wish I would have. There was times when I was traveling where I missed publishing for a while, and if I would have just lowered the bar of the production quality a little bit, but still kept the content in the videos really relevant to you guys and to actually put some value into those videos, then I still could have kept up a consistent publishing schedule. So gear are really good tools, kind of like how money is a tool, but having a lot of gear doesn't necessarily mean that you will make a lot of videos. Just like having a lot of money doesn't mean you'll necessarily be happy. So I have to think of the gear as tools and just use whatever I have. All right, number 2, the second thing I learned in 2015 was that big projects, whether that's something like a course launch or just a big video I'm trying to make or something for a client, almost always takes twice as long as I think it's going to. So I either need to schedule twice as much time and not try to pack in as much and then feel guilty, or I need to work twice as hard, which led to working a lot right before course launches or right before I was about to go on a trip somewhere. And we were able to hustle and get the things done we wanted to get done when there was a specific date that we set that it had to be done. So don't be afraid to put a public date out there, either for your projects or with a client if you're making videos for people, and stick to that deadline. The third thing I learned in 2015 was that prolific YouTubers and other video makers kind of treat video and the platform of YouTube like I might treat Twitter or Instagram or some other kind of more personal social media platform. So what I mean by this is that instead of only putting out super polished videos on a weekly basis or on whatever schedule when they're always in the studio, they're always home or something like that, they have this proficiency of always putting videos out no matter what's going on in their life. So if they're about to go do something, or if they're in the middle of a big project, they'll show behind the scenes of that, or they'll still get videos out in maybe a lesser quality in a vlogging style, holding out the camera and talking to it. And I actually am resonating more and more with the people that are doing that. There's the Casey Neistats and stuff like that, but someone who is a friend of mine that has been doing that I'm really encouraged by is Levi Allen, who runs Left Coast Media House. And he vlogs all the time, even though he's busy doing video production work, and still finds time to put those behind the scenes out there. So that's something I want to do a little bit more of going into this year. You know, not every video has to have a polished look and setup like this one. And I'm even hesitant to record this because I'm in a new room that I'm putting my office in. You can probably hear the echo, and other videos of mine, if you go listen to them, they're usually in a studio with some sound dampening, and you know, I'm pushing through that. The video's still going to look pretty good with a nice camera and some natural light, but even that little bit of sound echo is the kind of thing I'm talking about where it keeps me from making videos. So I'm gonna push myself to get more videos out, whether they're extremely polished production quality wise or not, but they still have good content, information, and value for the people watching. Next up, the fourth thing I learned in 2015 about making videos. I really worked in a bubble, I feel like, in 2015. I either was working at home on my client projects or on my YouTube videos or my coursework, or I was traveling for fun or with clients to other cities, other countries, and I did take a bit of a break from social media in regards to I quit following people on Twitter. I didn't really pay attention to platforms like Facebook or Instagram for most of the year. And then towards the end of the year, I was doing my annual review, and I was really thinking about how I had actually created this bubble around myself, and I wasn't going out of my way to meet new people, reconnect with the people I already know, and actually build more of a community and roots in the city that I live in, because I know all these people online and I see them at conferences, or I chat with them on Slack, or I listen to their podcasts and tweet them and stuff. So one of the things I want to do going forward to next year is build some roots into where I live in San Diego, go out, meet photographers, other artists, video people, non-video people, athletes, restaurant owners, a whole kinds of people out there in San Diego. I just am trying to get myself out there a little bit more and actually be a little bit more forward-looking on who I work with for client projects, who I am partnering with for YouTube videos, whether that's YouTubers themselves that have their own channels, or it's companies that have gear or software that I can help show you guys and give my opinion on. So that's something I'm going to be doing a little bit better job of in 2016, is getting out of my bubble, not being so introverted, and leaving the house and being a little bit more proactive about working with different kinds of people I want to work with. Next up at number 5 is that you need to stop buying gear and equipment at some point and just make videos. I love gear. I spend a lot of time researching gear and knowing what's available on the market, because I do want to help you guys, but also I want to be using what gear is best for what I'm trying to do, both on YouTube and on my client projects. So gear is important, I think, but it's not everything. And so one thing I did earlier this year, after I invested in a better camera and some better lights and some other equipment, is I kind of turned off that faucet and stopped spending a ton of money on gear. Now, there were still things that came up, little accessories and cables and things I needed for specific projects, but at some point I had to kind of turn off that faucet and keep money in the company and focus on just making videos with what I have, so that I don't go completely broke on equipment and not actually make anything. So that's something I'm challenged myself to do a little bit more of this coming year. And if I do buy new equipment, don't just build out this collection of stuff, but swap it out. So if I upgrade my camera, then I sell the other one that I have. And it's something that I've done with video games in the past. I always sold the old console to get the new one. And it's something that I have done with furniture and home goods and things. So if we're getting a new couch, we sell the old couch. But with video equipment, I kind of just hang on to all the stuff just in case I need it someday, or we need a 4th camera or a 5th camera, and really we don't need that. So stop buying gear at some point and just make stuff. And last up, number 6 is to focus more on less things. And so what this means to me is not taking on tons of different projects all at the same time, but know what those future things are you want to do and have them on a list somewhere, but just try not to do as many of them at the same time. So instead of having 10 videos I'm working on at the same time, just pick one and work on it start to finish. Or I do encourage batching for the filming part, but maybe film 5 or 6 at the same time and then edit one and publish it to completion, and then go and edit the other ones. So just really focusing more on less things at a time. One of the next videos I'm going to be releasing is going to be the first episode of Ask Leb, which is going to be my Q&A videos that I make for you guys. And if you have any questions, go onto Twitter and use the hashtag AskLeb. That's ASKLEB. And I'll see those questions and I will be answering them in these videos. But I would really love if you guys sent me videos, and I'll play the videos in these episodes, and I'll answer your questions about video gear, setting up your equipment, audio, lighting, editing, what platforms you should put your videos on, YouTube specific questions. Any of that stuff you guys want to know, just let me know and I will answer your questions. In the first one, I'm going to answer a question about what's coming up in DIY Video Guy next. So be on the lookout for that in the next few days. So thanks for watching this episode of DIY Video Guy TV, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.